Nobody starts a business thinking about how it's going to end. When you launch an LLC, you're thinking about growth, your first customer, your first hire, your first profitable year. You're imagining success, not paperwork that closes the company. But here's the truth. Not every business is meant to last forever. Sometimes you've accomplished your goal. Sometimes you're moving on to a new opportunity. Sometimes the business simply isn't working the way you hoped. And believe it or not, closing an LLC the right way can be just as important as starting it the right way. Because if you simply stop operating and walk away, your obligations don't always disappear. Hi, I'm Bobby Casey, founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. For more than 20 years, I've helped entrepreneurs launch businesses, stay compliant, and just as importantly, close businesses properly when the time comes. And today, we're talking about something many business owners eventually face: how to dissolve an LLC in Tennessee. Now, dissolving an LLC isn't admitting failure. In fact, many successful entrepreneurs have closed businesses before building even bigger ones. The important thing is making sure you close the business correctly. So let's walk through what that actually looks like. The first thing to understand is that simply stopping business operations doesn't automatically dissolve your LLC. Your company still exists as a legal entity until it's officially dissolved with the state. That means you may still have ongoing responsibilities, including annual filings, taxes, or state compliance requirements. Ignoring those obligations can lead to unnecessary penalties or administrative complications later. So if you've decided it's time to move on, the best approach is to close everything properly. Now, before filing any paperwork, take a step back and review your LLC's operating agreement. If your company has multiple members, the operating agreement often explains how major decisions like dissolving the business should be approved. Depending on the agreement, members may need to vote before moving forward. Even if you're the only owner, it's a good habit to document the decision to dissolve. Good records today can prevent confusion tomorrow. Once the decision has been made, it's time to wrap up the business itself. That means finishing outstanding projects, notifying customers when appropriate, collecting unpaid invoices, and paying any remaining business debts. If your LLC owns assets, you'll also need to determine how those assets will be distributed after liabilities have been addressed. Think of it as cleaning the house before handing back the keys. The more organized the process is, the easier everything becomes. After that comes the official filing. In Tennessee, LLCs generally dissolve by filing articles of dissolution with the Tennessee Secretary of State. This filing formally notifies the state that your company is ending its legal existence. Until that happens, your LLC may continue appearing as active in state records. That's why this step is so important. Now let's talk about taxes, because this is another area where business owners sometimes make costly mistakes. Closing an LLC doesn't automatically eliminate your tax responsibilities. You may still need to file final federal, state, or local tax returns depending on your business activities. If your LLC had employees, there may also be payroll-related obligations that need to be completed before everything is officially wrapped up. The goal is to leave nothing unfinished, because unfinished paperwork has a way of becoming future problems. Another important step involves licenses and permits. Many businesses hold local licenses, sales tax registrations, or professional permits. If your business is closing, those registrations often need to be canceled separately. Otherwise, you could continue receiving renewal notices or compliance reminders long after you've stopped doing business. Now, here's something entrepreneurs don't always think about: your business bank account. Once all outstanding transactions have cleared, debts have been paid, and remaining funds have been distributed appropriately, it's generally a good idea to close business bank accounts connected to the LLC. Leaving inactive accounts open can create unnecessary confusion later. And while you're reviewing financial accounts, don't forget about subscriptions, software platforms, business insurance, merchant accounts, registered agent services. Recurring expenses have a habit of continuing long after a business closes unless someone actively cancels them. Now, I want to mention something that's often overlooked. Dissolving an LLC doesn't erase your business journey. In fact, many entrepreneurs who build highly successful companies have businesses that didn't work out along the way. Every venture teaches something. Every challenge builds experience. And sometimes closing one chapter is exactly what makes room for a better opportunity. So don't think of dissolution as failure. Think of it as responsible business management. Knowing when to move forward is just as valuable as knowing when to begin. Now let's bring everything together. Dissolving a Tennessee LLC involves more than simply locking the office door and walking away. You'll want to review your operating agreement, settle debts, notify the appropriate parties, file the required dissolution paperwork, complete final tax obligations, close accounts, and properly wind down the business. Taking the time to do it correctly protects you from unnecessary complications later and gives you a clean foundation for whatever comes next. Because successful entrepreneurs don't just know how to start businesses, they know how to close them professionally too. And if you'd like help managing your LLC, maintaining compliance, or even dissolving your business when the time is right, that's exactly what we help entrepreneurs do every day at Business Anywhere. From company formation and registered agent services to compliance support and ongoing business management, we make it easier to handle every stage of the entrepreneurial journey. You can find more information in the links below. And remember, sometimes the smartest business decision isn't starting something new. It's closing one chapter the right way so you're ready for the next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.